Wait,
You are now watching Soca Vibes Sports Podcast.
Ready to get it done, and she got the wine down to the yard farm. So cock it up and put your red by your knee. Never.
good evening, Soca fam. I'd like to introduce to you the sports expert, fitness guru, and relationship counselor at times, Mr. Starboy. And to my right, I'd like to introduce to you the one and only Father of the Year, the People's Champ, Boy himself, Mellow. And we ain't talking about the guy who wear yellow.
Oh,
Always supposed to yellow, you know? And today I got a list of topic for you guys, but before I start, how y'all doing, guys?
feeling good, man. You know, it's the weekend. Had a crazy past couple weeks, but I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, we'd like to welcome you back, my guy.
Thank you.
I missed you.
Yeah, it was good seeing you. Good seeing your face, you know, back where you're supposed to be, you know, live in effect. So to start off, today's first topic is taking advice from strangers. Do y'all think it's necessary to take advice from a stranger, or would it be beneficial to you to take advice from a stranger, or can a stranger provide some type of significance in your life?
I would like to take a jab at this first. Taking advice from a stranger, I feel like it depends on the situation at hand. Uh, obviously you gotta look at what's taking place, and if they're coming from a place of love, or like I said, like a place of peace, then I feel like you should take their advice as long as it makes sense. Now, if it's something it's going to be a life or death situation, then I would not recommend doing that whatsoever, because you don't know what could be the outcome at the end of the tunnel, if you get what I mean. For me, just it all depends on the situation. Just on the situation and if it makes sense.
Agreed. Starboy, you want to take a jab at that?
Yeah, I think I agree with Mello. Like, when you taking advice from a stranger, you have to see what are their intentions. And then you got to also see what type of setting are you in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, if I'm in a setting where it's like a environmental setting, or I'm in a educational setting, then yeah, of course I'll take an advice from a stranger. But if I'm out in public, like, and you got to like see what they're saying, like, like what are they saying? Like, what kind of advice are they giving you? Because sometimes people give you good advice, even from strangers, but then sometimes like they'll give you bad advice. Like if you look, like when we were in school, like substitutes are strangers, even though they're a substitute, but they're a stranger. So it's like, yeah, you taking their advice, but they're there to help you. But when you're thinking about something like in a public setting, like let's say you go out to a club, are you really trying to take advice from a stranger? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm good.
Okay. And when it comes to me, I feel like I love to, like, kind of talk to people, see what they temperature really is, you know what I'm saying? So I don't mind, like, you know what I'm saying, talking to homeless people, whomever. If you have some type of value to add, I'm all for that. But what I can say is once they start talking bull jive, I'm out. I'm like, okay, uh, I heard what I had to hear, and I'm good off you, my boy, or sis, whoever it is, because you do occasionally run into those basers downtown where they be tweaking out. But if I'm speaking to somebody who seems like they got common sense or whatever, I hear what they say, where they're coming from, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna take their word as bond. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because everybody lives their life different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a cool question. The transition. Trade news. So it's been a week. So, well, actually, for Mello, it's been about like what 2 weeks since we kind of like really interacted with you.
Right.
And there's been a lot of stuff going on. So I want to kind of get your perspective on Justin Fields. And and him being a new Jet?
After looking at that contract, man, you know, a 2-year deal worth 40 mil, 30 mil is guaranteed to him. I'm looking at it as a 1-year rental, like a 1-year rental initially. So I'm gonna see how like he performs out this year. Then if he does well enough, I could see them. I could see the Jets bring him back for like another season. Um, just felt like when he was in Pittsburgh, I don't know what Mike Tomlin was doing with him. You know, he was a good starter. I believe he was like 4-2 as a starter.
Mhm.
You know, 10 total touchdowns and only 1 interception, if I'm not mistaken, before he got benched for Wilson.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong now. I love Field. I truly think that he's a good athlete. But in terms from a long-term perspective, I don't think he's the Jets long term. He's the Jets long term solution at the quarterback position.
Okay, so let me ask you this: when it comes to Fields, what do you think is your expectation for him?
Expectations for him: become more of a better passer. I mean, we all know what you could do with your legs, but I want him to be more proficient as a passer. Kind of, trust his reads, make the proper reads, look left, look right. When he was in Chicago, the problem with reads, he would look one direction, and if that one direction wasn't looking too well, he would just take off and go. So I just want him learn to be balanced. You get what I mean? Know when to run and know when to throw the ball.
Let me ask you this:
Go ahead.
do you think you could be balanced with without a consistent offensive line?
Whew. So, in other words, I would say so. I would say so.
Okay, what are your thoughts, Starboy?
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Because if you're the Jets, like your goal is to get out. Let's like win some games, but the biggest goal is let's just get to the playoffs, right? The biggest goal for the Jets is to get off that playoff drought. I believe it's what 15, 16 years.
15 years, yeah.
They since they not been to the playoffs. So when you think about it, like I don't know what Justin Fields is doing in the offseason because like you take him and Lamar and like yeah, Lamar was a great athlete, but he turned himself into a pocket passer. So I don't know what Fields is doing because yeah, he's a great athlete. When it's not there, he's gonna take off. But he's not good with his reads. And then like you're looking at a team where the number one receiver is Wilson. He trying to go down the field. So it's just like I don't like see the benefit of because he's not a long-term solution unless he shows you this year like he has a great year, but I don't see that happening. Like so he has to have an incredible year for them to even say that's our franchise quarterback. Because right now he's not the franchise.
Okay.
I think they're waiting for you know who.
Okay.
Who's the who?
I know. You saw what?
I think they're waiting for Arch.
I was about to say that. But listen, I think a lot of people are waiting for Arch, but this is what I think honestly. I think that Justin Fields is going to shock a lot of people. I think the way he looked in the Steelers organization, at sometimes he was coming in and kind of like saving Russ at some moments. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what he can do with his legs, yes, he's a runner, but I'm pretty sure the Jets have two decent enough tight ends to kind of mitigate, and he can do a little dink and dunk, throw down the middle. Y'all have two strong running backs. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people. I don't think that the Jets are gonna be the same old Jets, but I don't think they're gonna be too good either because a lot of players on the defensive end have been being poached that I really think y'all needed. And yeah, that's just my thoughts on the Jets. But we got other new moves like Cooper Kupp to Seattle. We got freaking
Geno Smith to the Raiders. Yeah, DK Metcalf to the Steelers.
Then Starboy team getting poached like crazy. Like
don't even mention that, bro. Don't do that to me.
So my thing is, I'm gonna ask you, Starboy, do you think that the 49ers are kind of in a rebuild situation.
Bro, it's over. Hit the road, Jack. It's over. They need to trade. What's
Ayuk?
his name? They need to. They're trying. They can't trade Ayuk. They need to trade Kittle. They need to just get rid of Kittle. They need to get rid of Trent Williams. It's over.
You feel like that's old camp bodies.
It's over. I mean, you lost Debo to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
You cut Juszczyk.
No,
you got rid of.
Came back. You just end up resigning. Yeah.
Okay. You cut Hufanga's gone. Travarius Ward is gone. A lot of players. Greenlaw is gone. A lot of their defense is gone. And you look at their offensive players. Who would you say the best offensive player is? Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And he's not. And he's injury prone.
Yeah. Y'all window. I feel like definitely is closed. But what I will say is, sometimes like when y'all going through that, y'all have to trust the young guys too to step up. It's always 2 or 3 young guys that's gonna probably spark in training camp. That's gonna kind of catch people by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think all these trade moves have been very interesting. I think it's gonna be interesting for Madden. I think it's gonna be interesting for the and being shaken up in a sense. I think it's gonna be interesting just to see how like these players gel. Like if I give you a rundown right now. The Steelers are still going to be the Steelers, but I don't think that move was too impactful due to the fact that Metcalf is aging, and people act like they don't see it. Now, granted, he's an athlete for sure, but the production, yeah, that too.
Crash outs on the team, on the same team. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You already have one case now. You better have to handle 2.
And who's gonna be throwing them the ball?
Yeah, that's a good question because Fields is in New York, Russ still a free agent, so it's like
Aaron's still a free agent, and they got no offensive line. The Steelers got no offensive line, so the ball's not going downfield. And you know what's gonna happen? Crash out time.
They're not getting their targets.
Exactly.
Who do you think is gonna be the fall guy in that situation?
What's the question?
Who do you think is gonna be the fall guy in that situation?
Pickens.
You think Pickens is gonna be the fall guy?
Yeah.
I think Mike Tomlin is gonna be the fall guy. Hot take. Heard it here first. I think Mike Tomlin, they're gonna try to say because the Steelers fan base already been trying to get Mike Tomlin out of there. But if you've had all these winning seasons, you just gotta trust the process and trust consistency. It's hard to have an organization make it there every year. Only one person can win a Super Bowl every year. But to have a certain level of consistency is hard to come by. So I just think, that's another thing next year we could look out for is Mike Tomlin possibly moving on, or is he staying? And if he decides to move on, which organization is willing to take him in? Now, I got another hot take. If and only if we get rid of Mike McDaniels.
I knew it. I knew he was going to go to Miami with this one.
I would love to see Mike Tomlin down here.
I'm really glad
But who knows? Because I mean, I would like to have a hard-nosed team, but that's a conversation for another day.
I really want to talk about this real quick. Laramie Tunsil getting traded from the Texans to the Commanders. What was your reaction?
I spoke to a couple of my Texans friends, whatever you want to call them, and what I realized is they were upset with Tunsil, even though he's a great tackle. They're feeling like he's aging, right? For one. 2, they feel like he has a problem with all the false starts. He was highly penalized this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a concern. So they're not really upset about it, but I wonder who they're going to fill that void, because that was a top tackle in the league in the year prior. So who are they going to fill that void with? And on top of that, CJ Stroud is not too mobile. He uses his legs if he has to. So I don't know who's going to be holding that down for him. So that's my take on that. What is your opinion?
I love it. When you look at Washington, like they're not playing right now. They is the GM. They in their bag. Like they got he's on a rookie deal, Jaden Daniels, so they could spend as much money as they want right now.
They're going crazy right now.
So anything to get him whatever he needs, they're going to get it. Like
right.
you look at their defense. Their defense was not. It's not. It wasn't great last year, but it had its moments. But like they're just trying to. Because my thing is, I don't think their problem is not offensive. It was their defense that was a problem last year. So
It's something as yours.
now they done added all these players. Oh no, they're really gonna do something this year.
I'm over here looking up who's the GM for the Washington Commanders.
I think
They
Peters.
really
Adam
gonna do
Peters.
something.
Let's see.
They're gonna do something.
Yep. And they got some big guys like Magic Johnson and people in the ownership that's putting and investing money into that organization. One thing I would say is they need a new stadium, bro. They gotta go.
Is that bad?
Bro, it was bad. I like to watch videos on like old stadiums and stadiums that need to be renovated. That one is bad.
Very
But
bad.
transition, dentist visits. The reason I put this topic right here up today is because my mouth been going crazy. Like I was feeling this pain for the past week.
No Diddy, man.
Man, yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
Wow, bro.
Wow. Well, I never thought the No Diddy would make it to Soko Vibes podcast, but that was wild. Forgive me, Soko fam. But yeah, so man, the back tooth been killing me. So I personally couldn't take it no more. I was at work and I was like, man, I'm just gonna have to walk up out this joint and go straight to the dentist because I can't take it no more. When I went to the dentist, I had 2 wisdom teeth back here that needed to be removed. I got 2 up top that still need to be removed. So it's just kind of like, man, I'm going through the progressions of life, and aging, 2 years from 30,
Damn, JP, you make it sound as if like you're getting old, man.
Yeah, bro. I ain't, I've always, kept a good oral hygiene to me, but my my situation is just life is life. So yeah, what y'all think about the dentist? Because I'm low key scared of it. I'm scared of the dentist, but you can't be scared of the dentist. They just be doing too much in there. That's the problem.
Yeah, bro.
They be doing too much.
I'm afraid, man. All right, I'll take a toll on this. Like, I don't really like going to I'll go to the dentist, but what I'm saying, what I don't like going is because, like, to me, the dentist is the worst form of healthcare. And when I say that is because, like, it's not they don't give you good service, it's the amount of pain you're in. Like, when you go to the doctor, if you're not feeling well, they give you some pain meds, or if you got to have surgery, or if you need physical therapy, you'll go to physical therapy, but they'll put you on a lot of pain meds or you have the IV in your arm, stuff like that. The dentist, when they take out teeth, wisdom teeth, they're cleaning your teeth. For some reason, all 3 of them hurt, and even if there's numbing cream, like that's like, for example, they're pulling a teeth out while you're wide awake, like and for example, like and on all of those 3, they have your mouth open, pause, like for a long time, because they like inside, like cleaning up your teeth or taking it, like it's like you gotta keep your mouth open. And it's just like, bro, never like this.
Check this out. I'm there, right? And usually, I put a little chapstick around my lip, you know what I'm saying, when I'm out in public. You don't want to be that Soko fam. Don't be that guy with the crust in the corner of your mouth. And you sitting there like all up in somebody's face and you see them chafing and you're like, don't be that guy. Listen, my lips were so dry in that dentist office. I said, excuse me, you think you could just rub a little chapstick or something on my lip? Shorty came out, put a little chapstick because my shit was dry. I'm talking about whatever solution and chemicals they be putting in your mouth, man. That's not it.
No, it's not, bro.
But
for me, the dentist visit, man, that's like, I don't know, man. I really think that they're just trying to find a way just to make money off of you. Trying to say, okay, oh, this is wrong with your teeth. That's wrong with your teeth. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. I'm just like, bruh, just like, don't hurt me, man. Just just do your best to keep me safe.
Exactly.
That and the dental fees too be outrageous.
Yeah, I went there just for a visit, bro. Bro, sorry, charged me $80 just to get a referral to go meet with a different specialist, and with that specialist cost me like 120. I was like, bro, like I hate
Yeah,
this.
they hustlers in there. They
Yeah.
they know how to do it. They know
Then,
how to.
then I just found out too. Each tooth is worth like a different price. Like I one time I got my wisdom tooth pulled out like 2-3 years ago, bro. It cost me about one something, but how I say it, on this side it's more money. I'm like, how like
Wouldn't it be
why?
some shit? Wouldn't it be some shit if you found out they using everybody's teeth to make like granite countertops or some shit?
Oh shit, I'll be down.
That would be crazy. But that's the story for another day. But I know one thing though, when they are going inside with the tool and trying to extract your tooth, dude, Buddy had his whole elbow in my
Oh,
mouth, like pause. But yo, I was like, this is crazy. This is why I don't come here too often, but this is a need. This is a necessity, like to have oral hygiene. Sometimes, well, to have good teeth, but sometimes if you realize, bro, you missing certain teeth, bro, it's hard to eat. It's hard to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do a lot of things, man. So I'd be shocked when all these celebrities be playing with their teeth like that, and they be getting the whole veneers and all this other stuff. I've had big teeth all my life, right? But it seemed like everybody who getting these veneers, they going 2 sizes up.
you peep that shit too, right?
I
Mm-hmm.
peep that. I'm like, I don't know if it's just the doctor who's like doing that, you know what I'm saying, or they just not sizing them right. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with having big teeth, but like get them within your size of your mouth.
All right,
You know,
give me one sec. I'll be right back.
to transition though, this is definitely a good transition topic. Are ladies expecting a finished product when it comes to Mr. Star Boy, Mr. Star Lover, man?
Yeah.
How do you feel like is ladies expecting a finished product, or you think they're okay with having a guy that they can build ground up?
So first of all, I want to say this, and so shout out to all the ladies out there, our ladies, soca ladies, but just in general, I'm coming from a place of love, women. But you guys got to understand that not all women are expecting a finished product. A lot of them are expecting a finished product, but some are not, and it's hard to find the ones that aren't. Because the thing is that most girls, like if they grew up in a two-parent household, or even if they grew up with their mom, a single mom or a single dad, your parents taught you to have one. Your parents want you to have a better life than they had. That's number one. Number two is that a lot of girls, they want to, treat her like a gentleman. Like you got to be a gentleman to, she's your queen, treat her like that. And I'm agreed to that. But the biggest problem is like when you think about it, like especially this generation now, when people are going for materialistic things instead of like something with substance, people are like, yo, they're not doing 50-50. Like I'm not doing 50-50. I'm not like if like it's expensive, like rent rise to live, just to live, like everything's going up and inflation is crazy. So a lot of women are expecting a finished product, and it's like it's putting men on a back burner because it's forcing you to like do so much. Like if you got to pay the rent, or and you got to pay the car insurance, but then she's saving all her money. So unless you a millionaire or a billionaire, or you all the way up there in the 100,000s and plus, you're not making any money and you're not saving no money. She's saving all her money.
Yeah.
She got her money. She good. If this relationship don't work, she can go because she got what she did. And you got to understand, for us as men, we don't care about what our lady works as. Like if you have morals and principles, okay, I can understand like certain platforms you don't want her on to make money, cool. But we don't care what our lady do. Like as long as we're simple, as long as she loves us and is loyal and is intelligent and is there emotionally, we good. But women look for, all right, what he do? All right, like what, like how much he make? Okay, cool. I'll get with him. Oh, he don't make a lot of money. Okay, no, cool. Because they want to be comfortable. They want to have a life where they can just the biggest thing is taking trips. Like a lot of girls want to take trips. So when you take trips, you miss out on money because unless you're full time, you're gonna miss out on money, and that costs all the money. When you're taking a trip with a girl, who's paying for a majority of everything? You are.
Us.
You are.
You are.
So,
Exactly.
with that question here, our ladies experts are expecting a finished product. Are you saying just from a man or what? Like,
Yes.
I mean, I feel like in this day and age, coming from a place of love, I know all you ladies, you guys are not all like that. But yeah, I just feel like there's no more trusting the process anymore, bro. There's none of that. You get what I mean? Felt like, with the finished product, all they have to do is just the bare minimum. You feel me? They just have to do just the bare minimum and just to look cute. And for us guys, we will always get the short end of the stick. Just unfortunately, that just the way it is, man. That's just the way it is. So to answer that question directly, are ladies expecting a finished product? I would say so. Because I felt like, they don't want to be there for the hard time. All the majority or some just probably just want to be there for the good time and not for a long time.
But so I'm gonna start by talking to the Soko gents, man. I'm curious, like with the Soko gents, y'all just have to protect, what I'm saying, y'all peace for real, for real. And if you meet a woman, what I'm saying, who's willing to be there when you in the trenches, what I'm saying, and to come up with you, hold on to that. Now, not everything is salvageable, and that's where I'm gonna leave that at. But as far as the Soko women, I hope y'all not on that type of time where y'all expect, y'all man to, be the president and have like 12 different side jobs just to support you, because that's what it seems like it's coming down to. Everybody has a different price point, and some women are low maintenance and some are high. Now, I feel like if we're seeking a partner, we should kind of find somebody in that middle range, because I can't do no bullshit shorty. I'm not on my end. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And by my mom, I've been told, I might be a little frugal. So,
Mhm.
but inflation, like Starboy said, man, inflation is real. And just kind of, ease up on whoever your partners is, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to Benihana Steakhouse every weekend. You know what I'm saying? You can't be at the Cheesecake Factory every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to grind for you and maybe possibly y'all future. You know what I'm saying? I think nobody thinks about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like,
definitely.
we can't. This is just for this picture, right? This picture is gonna. If you post a picture on Twitter, Instagram, whatever platform or X, whatever y'all call it, you post a picture. That picture eventually ages, and it's received its likes, it's received its value, its looks or validation, whatever the case might be. But what happens when it's time to make a new picture? You know what I'm saying? And you're just trying to, save up money. You want to make a new picture with a house behind you. You know what I'm saying? You want to make a new picture with a new car behind you, whatever. Benihana Steakhouse and all the little fine dining restaurants, it ain't gonna get you there any sooner. You know what I'm saying? So I think expectations should be simmered down, but I do feel like there are certain individuals who say, "Hey, I know my value. I know there's gonna be somebody that's gonna provide that for me." And to those people, I'll say, "Cool, it just ain't me."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just kind of have y'all mans in mind. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the ladies, have y'all mans in mind when y'all think about all the places y'all want to eat and what your man is not doing and what he's doing. Because I do feel like, if he's showing you a certain level of commitment and he's, doing right by you, by all means, you know what I'm saying? Like that should be enough in itself. Not saying that should be like it, you know what I'm saying? But everybody has different expectations, and I just think that's one of those things where you got to know your partner, know yourself, what you can handle, what you can't handle, what your because you know some guys balling on tax season right now,
Mm-hmm.
but
I would
yeah,
just say this
That's
too.
never.
Man. I would just say this too. Listen, dog, for someone that's been through a lot of trials and errors, man, first thing first, love yourself. Get what I mean? Talk about to all the fellas out there. Love yourself enough where you don't gotta prove shit to nobody, bro. And not prove shit to nobody. At the end of the day, if she likes you, she'll like you for you. She will not like the things that you have. She will just like for who you are. And also too, man, don't go chasing, bro. Don't go chasing. The more the more you chase, the more desperate you look, and we can't afford to have that. Then, lastly, find someone within your range. You feel me? Do not go outside your bracket. Just want to leave it like that. Do not go outside your bracket.
hey. But then again, too, also we I want to make mention like to the so-called women, you don't gotta find a fixer upper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm thinking from the aspect that I have a sister, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I want her to find the best quality male that she can find for herself. And with that, I can't tell her to settle for less. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like I don't want her to have over like her expectations to be over the moon. Like if she's about to be 16, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Of course, I'm sure she's dating, you know. But if I was to talk to her right now, I'd be telling her like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I know you like boys, you know, cool, whatever, whatever. But if you're looking for the guy that you're dating right now at this age to be able to pick you up, you know what I'm saying, take you to a 5 star or whatever, that's not realistic because you know he's still trying to build his life up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think, you know, within due time, everybody grows and the maturation process is different for everybody. But to transition, Braun and Stephen A. beef.
Oh.
Just getting a little crazy, man. I ain't even know them boys was in rocket with each other like that until the other day. You know what I'm saying? I saw what I saw. And I mean, it looked like, to be real, it looked like Braun wanted to like punch him in his shit,
Yeah.
you know?
From a parental standpoint, I see where LeBron was coming from. At the end of the day, you want to do your best as a parent to make sure your kid is not harming any form of way.
Okay.
However, I do see it from Stephen A. point of view that
Mhm.
he's not lying.
Okay.
Bronny is not all that, guys. Bronny, I'm not even gonna say he's an average Joe. He's below average. He's just not that good. You get what I mean? Now I just felt like there's certain things you should say on national television, and there's certain things you shouldn't say on national television, especially towards someone else's son. You get what I mean? I just felt like if you're gonna make a statement like that, be prepared for the consequences. LeBron, like I said, from a parental standpoint, I see where you're coming from. However, too, bro, you gotta see the truth behind it, man. You gotta see the truth behind it. Bronny's not you.
So this is where I kind of like, you know, I took a strong stance, right?
Uh huh.
And I sided with one individual, and the individual that I sided with was Stephen A. And the reason why I sided with Stephen A is because you ultimately decided to take your son out of the collegiate level, you know what I'm saying, and you brought him up to play with the big boys, right? Yes, you know your name comes with criticism. You receive criticism on a daily. You're always in the conversations, right? You got to understand when your child chose that career field, you know what I'm saying, and that choice, he ultimately knew what comes with it. You know, people are going to have freedom to say whatever they want to say. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily making it right or wrong, but
Mhm.
what Stephen A was saying, I don't think was wrong at all, due to the fact that he's like, you are kind of being a little selfish because all of this is about your legacy and you being able to play with your son, which is nothing wrong. I think that's a beautiful thing. But it's more so like he could have stayed that extra year in college to fully develop, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even think he's playing bad. I just think he doesn't have the amount of minutes that you know a normal NBA player would have. If you send anybody out there for 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the ball might not even swing your way, depending on, you know what I'm saying, the sets and plays that they running.
Right.
You might be on a shot count, and your shot count might not even be more than 5 or 10 shots. You know what I'm saying? Or even less than that. So there's a lot of variables and things that come into play. So when Stephen A was criticizing, he never spoke about Bronny. He spoke more so towards LeBron and feeling like, why would you put your child in this situation, knowing that he had a heart problem, and then you know you not even giving him time to develop. You just send him straight to the league. You know what I'm saying? He was still some things that I felt like Ronnie needs to learn as far as like pace and space and like kind of like you know finding his rhythm within the game and his role and his niche. Because every team, whether they say it or not, yes, your dad is a physical specimen, but that's not your role on the team. Your role, it may be a 3-and-D guy right now. You have to work your way up to that level of play. So for people to be saying, oh, Bronny's trash, Bronny's this, I kind of take it as like, you know, y'all gotta kind of watch more, because I think he is a good player, but I don't think he's a LeBron James. I think he's LeBron James Jr. And I think that's where the separation needs to be made. But when your dad is always putting you in these situations to then have to like, you know, defend you because he feels like too much criticism is coming your way, you put him in this situation. So for people to talk about him, when he decided to play basketball from day one, he could have done anything. He could have been an actor. He could have been. He just decided he wanted to play basketball like his dad.
Right.
So, you know, I'm sure his dad has had enough media training and enough like you know insight to know that like if my kid plays basketball, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. And the one mistake LeBron says that he made was actually naming LeBron James Jr. LeBron James Jr. Because that's a lot of pressure on somebody when you are striving for greatness. Then you put him in this spot like that. You know what I'm saying? To have to kind of like you know follow greatness. And then there's two different lifestyles. And nobody can tell me that when you grew up in the hood versus when you grew up in Chino Hills, like you have a certain level, is a different hunger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your hunger is based off of circumstance rather than, you know, oh, I just want to do it because I like to do it. And this is something I love and I admire. You know, it's two different things. When you playing to make sure that your family get out the 1-bedroom apartment, bro, you're not looking at the other guys across from you as just like, you know, we're playing a game. It's, hey, you're in the way of my 20-point average. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. Versus Bronny, you're already a millionaire. You were a video game streamer and turned into basketball player, you know, vice versa, both at the same time. And you leave your garage and you don't gotta look left and right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Different way of living. So that's just my personal opinion on that. And I think Stephen A didn't say anything wrong. What about you, Starboy?
I'm going with Goat James, man.
Damn. Okay.
Goat James. And here's why, right? So I heard everything you guys had to say, but what you guys not understanding is that LeBron is calculated. LeBron is smart. LeBron knows that, okay, first of all, everybody that's been talking bad about Bronny, right? I'm going to go at the head of the snake. Stephen A, you are the number one talking person on television. You have the number one show. I'm going to go at the head of the snake. So once I go at the head of the snake, everybody going to know I'm standing on business. If I see you in public at a Lakers game, best believe I'm going to approach you. So he stood on business, went to the number one person. Now, as a father, he did everything right. Like, I'm not a father, but speaking from like LeBron did everything right. But like what people have to understand is because LeBron has been playing basketball for so long, people are trying to grow at him, but they can't. So they're using Bronny to get to him. So it's like, yeah, JP, yeah, Melo, we know that Bronny is not LeBron. We know that. but the public doesn't know that because people are saying Bronny's trash. He's this, he's that. Like, bro, like give the man time to develop. You can clearly see from the first game of the season till now, his development is getting better. Like he's getting better. You can see that because in his first G League game, he was not so good. But now he's averaging over 20 points in every G League game since then.
Hold on. The argument is not his progression.
Mm-hmm.
The argument is between LeBron James and Stephen A. Beef. You said that he went to the head of the snake, which is absolutely true. But at the same time, what legs did he have to stand on? You said that LeBron did everything right. Do you think it was in Bronny's best interest that he went from straight out of college straight to the league?
Yes.
That you think that was in his best interest?
Yes.
And if so, why do you feel like that was in his best interest?
I think Bronny wasn't suited for college. He's not suited for college. His game is not suited for college. That's number one. You take it like, okay, think about some of our best players that is in the NBA right now. They didn't have good college careers. Russell Westbrook didn't have a great college career. Zach LaVine came off the but what I'm saying, his college career wasn't great.
How did he go first round if he didn't have a?
Well, I'm not saying he didn't go first, but I'm not saying it wasn't like spectacular college career. Zach LaVine wasn't a great college player. Devin Booker came off the bench in college. Like a lot of our players weren't great. Yeah, some of them went first round because they had first round talent. But what I'm saying is a lot of our players weren't great. Like some of our best players weren't great in college. Yes, the game is more international now. But you just take certain things and you look at it. Okay, we all know that LeBron, as a dad, and I'm pretty sure he's helped Bronny somewhat to his development. Got him the best coaches, got him the best trainers, the whole nine. So you put him in the same environment and on the same team, which is already historic, right? Yes, LeBron said some things that were like a little bit crazy about saying Bronny's better than some players now. But you take this take it for example. LeVar Ball did the same thing with his kids, but nobody could come after LeVar Ball because he's not LeBron James. He doesn't play in the NBA. So guess what? We're gonna come after Bronny at every single time we can because we want to attack LeBron James. We want to show him, oh, your son is not ready. Your son is not good. When in all actuality, if you look at it, just take Bronny. Yeah, you take like his skill set. He has he has like what it takes to be a good player. But he's gonna have to start from the bottom. Of course, he's starting from the bottom. He's not a star in the league. Of course, fine. But when you look at it with Stephen A. and you look at it with everybody else, and you take the situation between LeBron and Stephen A. Stephen A. should never ask LeBron, "I'm pleading with you as a father. I'm pleading with you like a father. Please stop." You can't tell the man that like you're pleading with him as a father. Everybody has their own way of parenting. That's LeBron's form of parenting. We got to just take about it and think about it. Like, okay, it's the same thing. LeBron didn't come after Stephen A. for Stephen A. getting his nephew on the Stephen A. Smith show because that's what LeBron didn't do that. But what you look at it as nepotism, right? But nobody said anything about that, right? Nobody said anything about that. But when LeBron gets his son into the NBA, everybody has to talk now. Which it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're gonna critique the game, but let him get time to develop. Like the people don't even care about his development. It's just that he's not a good player. He's not.
So the problem is not with the nepotism. The problem is really with the fact that this man has every right to state an opinion on because his job as an analyst is to speak about sports. And the thing is, he never really spoke much on Bronny's playing style. He spoke on how LeBron was handling the situation with Bronny. So I think that's where the problem lies. I think as far as play, he even said it out of his own mouth. I think Bronny will be a great player. And where you kind of had me kind of perplexed was when you said you felt like his playing style didn't fit the college game. I feel like if you take Bronny right now and you put him back in college, he's gonna eat. And you know why I tell you he's gonna eat? Is because experience that he's had in the G League. So it just makes me think like his style would have been great for the college game. I just think if he would have had at least 1 or 2 more years of development, I think that would have made him more of a better player. I think he would be more of a Swiss Army knife. Right now, he's figuring things out on the fly, figuring things out on the go. You know what I'm saying? When that could have been that. If you, I'll give you an example. Jaime Jaquez Jr. I think he did like 4 or 5 years of college, right?
Mhm.
4 years.
And
Yeah.
he has a very cerebral game. He knows when to drive the basketball. He
Mhm.
knows when to pass the ball. He has a good feel for the game. Granted, his numbers don't match up to that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
I'm not saying 4 years makes you the greatest player versus going
Mhm.
right away. But for what Bronny is doing, I feel like his game would have been better suited if he would have had that extra year to then get his legs under him after a major open heart surgery. You
Mhm.
kind of want to like wean somebody into that rather than you making a decision on your own and saying, "Hey, I think my son should do this."
But you gotta also think about it. The draft was weak. The NBA draft was weak. That just happened. So that was the best chance he had of getting into the NBA. You got to think about it. Like the draft wasn't good. It really wasn't a good draft. So you think about it. He got to get into the NBA. Okay, cool. Get into the NBA. 55th pick. Cool. It was reported that other teams wanted to pick him, but the Lakers and LeBron, Rich Paul, they didn't want him.
Rich Paul made it
Other
happen.
teams wanted to pick him. It's not just the Lakers wanted to pick him. So when you also think of that, yes, I agree with you. I agree with everything you said, but it's also in a certain terms. Is like, okay, if you're gonna speak about the kid's game, fine. But what happens when he had good games in the G League? I haven't heard people speaking about that. When he's averaging over 20 points now for like the last 5 to 6 games in the G League, he's getting comfortable.
Mm.
Nobody's saying anything. But Stephen A, you cover basketball. I get you cover the NBA. I get that. But nobody's saying anything about his G League games. Not
You know
once.
what it is? You know what it is? I think most individuals are looking at it from the standpoint. If you left college early, right?
Mhm.
You went to the league, right? You the 50-something pick.
Mm-hmm.
This is expected out of an individual with the cachet and the name that he has. You know what I'm saying? All of these things are expected. So then when he goes to the league with the limited minutes that they're giving him, which I don't think is right, now he averages 5 points versus the 23 he averaged the other night. I think partially it's skill level, and the second half of it is just not getting enough minutes. I think he's finding his way, but give Bronny 15 minutes every night. I guarantee you he'll show up on some type of stat line. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I just think they got to do a better job of just kind of policing that situation. But you took the stance of Braun. Melo, I don't know whose stance you took.
Nah, I'm on like both.
Okay.
Like I said, I see from a parental standpoint, but I also see where Stephen A was coming from. So I'm like middleman.
Middle, okay. And I took the stance of Stephen A. So
Yep.
we'll all agree to disagree. And I think that's definitely, an interesting topic. So to transition, we got Kendrick Lamar still shading Drake, man. Listen, I love both artists. Granted, I am more of a Kendrick guy, but what I will say is I think Drake, they have to put some respect on this man's name, bro. I feel like it's the cool thing right now is to talk shit about Drake. That's the cool thing to do right now. But if we're being real about this whole situation, this guy is a legend. This guy is somebody who's pumped out hits season in, season out, right? People have made babies off this man's song.
Damn.
People, I'm telling you,
Yes.
people have, heard his songs all around the world. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he's a global icon. So I definitely think like, when is enough enough? I was kind of hearing the song with Playboy Cardi and Kendrick, and I'm not really big on Playboy Cardi for one. I think Playboy Cardi, his energy switches up a little bit too much for me, and I can't really put my hand on it, like what he got going on. Then sometimes I'll be feeling like he be messing with demonic forces, and Circle Fam, we love y'all, but I don't know if we really condone the demonic forces. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he's an interesting guy. I don't know if it's clout related or if he does stuff, you know, like that. But I think this was like a weird pairing. Now, if Kendrick would have said something on his own, like project, whatever, whoa, cool. But this is really starting to be the money grab of all money grabs, in my opinion.
I'll be honest with y'all boys. I stopped caring after like the Super Bowl, between their beef, and the fact that you just mentioned like they're still beefing. Well, I say it's Kendrick that's really doing the taunting or the trolling. It has me like figure out like, bro, what is Drake has over you that's making you continue to do, be this way? I get it. I get there's always a level sense of pettiness of doing things, but after a while, you just gotta leave things alone. Like you already did what you did. You feel me? You got your bars over him. I don't know. I don't know what else like you're trying to do. Are you trying to cancel him? Are you trying to terminate him? Like, just like in Mortal Kombat, get over here, and then boom, finish him. Like I'm
Yeah.
just lost.
This beyond termination. This is go ahead, Starboy. I feel like we're on the same wave on this one.
I feel like Kendrick needs Drake. Drake doesn't need Kendrick.
Damn.
So that's where the problem is around.
Lost.
Hmm?
I thought we was on the same. That's where you lost me. But go ahead.
This is what I'm saying, right?
But Drake doesn't need Kendrick.
This is what I'm saying, right? Kendrick Lamar is a phenomenal artist, phenomenal lyricist. But what happened when you think about his career, right?
Uh-huh.
Kendrick, yeah, he's great at making music. He's great at the things he do. But you look at his biggest time in music, it's been, the Drake situation. They went back to World War, cool and forth. People say Kendrick won, people say Drake won.
Right.
All right. Don't care who. I have my own opinion, but it doesn't even matter at that point. My thing is that Kendrick knows that him putting Drake in a diss would make the song go number one. The songs that when was the last time besides the Not Like Us and the other songs he dropped, when has Kendrick songs went the last time it went number one?
Good.
Not Like Us went number one.
The thing is, though, bro, honestly, it's not even about the number ones, the number two on the Billboard chart no more. What it is this is all money grab, and this is record labels, trying to pull strings, to squeeze every drop out of the lemon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the people on the surface, we see two guys going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
They see streams and analytics. You know what I'm saying? So even whatever we say, it doesn't necessarily matter because they have our attention right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have a whole segment dedicated to two guys that beefed at the beginning of the year or even last year.
Yeah, but just like you said, they don't give Drake his credit. Like they don't at all. Don't get me wrong. Yes, Drake is light skinned, but he's black. Like he's not white. You think about everything that Drake accomplished.
Yeah,
they never say this black artist accomplished this. There's never none of that. When Kendrick do something, it's groundbreaking. Like that's what I don't understand. Like the man, like if you're gonna do something, at least give the man his credit. Like you can't take away greatness. Both artists is great in their own right, but at the same time, it's like okay, we've just seen so many people like they like try to destroy Drake during this whole beef situation. Okay, fine, you don't like the man music, like, but his music is undeniable. Like, you get what I'm saying? Everybody, this is what I don't like about our whole generation or stuff like that. Music is supposed to be stuff that makes you happy, ones that make your body move, no matter what type of genre of music you're listening to.
Right.
It's a process. So everybody, I don't care what nobody says, everybody has writers. Everybody don't write all their lyrics. If we together, or if we're talking and I say, hey, yo, JP, I think you should add this to what you're doing. Even though I'm giving you the idea, it's for the love of music. This is how you help music evolve. Right. It's how you help things get better. So just because Kendrick, yeah, he's a great writer, but he doesn't write everything. I'm pretty sure Dr. Dre gave him a bunch of ideas. He probably took credit for it, but come on, like, I just
inspired by everybody.
Yes, exactly. You could get inspiration from anybody, but when Drake get inspiration from somebody, it's bad. When other people do it, it's great.
No,
Like,
check this out. It's not a matter of if he, gets inspiration. What Drake does, and I love Drake, but what
mhm,
he does is he taps into other people's communities,
of course.
right?
Mhm,
And they call it culture vulture. Like
okay.
he'll go like to Britain, right? And he'll
Mhm,
change the whole sound up, and now he sounds like he's from British, from
mhm,
Britain. Then he'll go to Jamaica, sound like he's from Jamaica. Then he'll go to Atlanta, he sound like he's from Atlanta. Then
mhm,
he, it's like he adopts different
mhm.
cultures and styles, and that's what people have a hard time with. And it's not a matter of being black and light skinned. What it is Kendrick is a big advocate for his community,
Right.
and it's hard to understand for other people. Like when you bouncing from community to community, like Drake got a house in Houston. He got a house here. He got a, what I'm saying? And every time he's in different cities, is like his personality changes almost like a chameleon in a sense. So
But
that's what the problem is with a lot of folks that they having a hard time with. But I don't think they should shade Drake's greatness, because he's providing hits for everybody. He's helping everybody's market grow for sure. But it's like at some point,
mhm.
like
The only issue I have, look, just I know we got to change topics. The only issue I have is Kendrick lives in New York. Like he doesn't live on the West Coast.
they
So
got
I haven't
every
I haven't seen Kendrick doing something like, even though RP to Nipsey, when is Kendrick doing those stuff in his community? When is Kendrick really outside of his community like that? Because I
he
can't.
do.
I'm not saying he don't do certain stuff in his community, but what I'm saying is you don't live in your community unless he moved back recently. You live in New York, fine. All things is great, but when you think about something where you let's take the culture voting ways, you giving, even though yes it could be culture voting vulture ways, but you're showing love to that community, because guess what? Drake doesn't need to jump on a song with an artist that's beneath him. He doesn't have to. He doesn't need it. But guess what? I'm shining light on your community and shining light on me. Yes, it's gonna give me more fans, but it's for the love of music. This is how you make music grow. You need the biggest artist to collaborate with up and coming artists, because this is how music grows. Like if you think about, give me somebody that Kendrick's collaborate with that's a new artist, except for Baby King. Who is he collaborated with? He's not collaborating with anyone. If you think about, he collaborated with Taylor Swift, Baby Keem, SZA. Who is he? He really only collaborates with TDE artists. Like, where's the love of music? If you are for the love of music, where's the evolution of music growing? Because you're not really collaborating with nobody else. But when a bigger artist does it, it becomes an issue. It turns into culture vulture. You take Atlanta, you take all these Atlanta artists that Drake partnered with or just did songs with. He didn't have to do that. But he, guess what he did? He made their careers bigger and they made his careers bigger.
Yeah, everybody eats for sure. But what it is, I think that people don't respect is the fact that like you can't jump into somebody's lane
Mm-hmm.
and like, kind of like make it your own and then just fade off. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick has a place in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Drake has a place in Canada. Drake has a place in Houston. Just because you live somewhere, right? If I move to Miami, right?
Yeah.
I have to adopt the culture and the foods of wherever I'm at. If you move me to Africa, I have to adopt the culture and embrace where I'm at for sure. But what it is you gotta kind of like it's a fine line you walk. You want to embrace somebody's culture, but you don't want to over
Overstep your boundary.
yeah.
Overstep. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna leave that one at. But to transition, March Madness, and March Madness right now is going dummy. Like Duke in North Carolina, they had a crazy game, and what tripped me out was the reason North Carolina wasn't able to tie the game was due to a lane violation.
Violation. Oh,
Right. Right. You have a whole program on your back as a young man, right? And you step past the lane, and all of a sudden, that was a bogus call to me. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's a lot of fugazi stuff. You know how much carrying I could call in a basketball game.
You talking about NBA or like college or like just
both. Sometimes you see guys palm the ball, and, do. I'm like, okay, man, come on now. Now, granted, there's some amazing hoopers out here, but that call right there in that moment, that didn't seem deemed necessary. I granted, as a ref, you have to
call
what you see. But if you've been letting certain things slide throughout a game, or you missed a call or whatever, that's not the call to make in that moment for me per se. Now, what is your opinion on it, Melo?
March, which one on the game?
I would say on that game right there, because there's a lot of games that just going to the wire, and this is what we can expect in March.
I mean, of course. Just unfortunate that even though that Duke still won, Cooper Flag not being there probably might hinder them, throughout the tournament. They call it March Madness for a reason, bro. It doesn't matter what seeding you are, bro. Best believe from the lowest to the high seeding, everyone want to give it their best. You get what I mean? I'm just looking forward just for a good tournament. I know for a fact there are some games that's going to come down to the wire. There's going to be some games that's going to be left in the hands of the ref. It is what it is. I'm just looking for just some competitive basketball. Just give it, just each teams give it their best, and just see who makes it to the national championship in April.
Okay, so do y'all boys got any sleepers?
Sleepers. Not as of right now. I would have to continue watching to be like, okay, damn, I ain't gonna lie, that team could do some shit.
Right. The crazy part is the point of picking a sleeper is to like get the team that you think is a sleeper before the tournament gets tight. But it's hard to tell sometimes because some people have the whole brackets lined out. Bro, those guys who do that should definitely be getting lotto tickets, man. Because damn, I'll be sitting there sometimes. I'll be like, I don't even know this small school, man.
Right.
Where does school come from? That they D1?
At one point in time, what was that school that used to make it to the Final Four? Loyola, Loyola University, Butler. Shoot,
Butler's not trying to become a little powerhouse though. They ain't like a small school like they before they got on the map for real.
VCU, like bro, like schools
like I was like VCU. Where's that even at?
But it goes to show you, bro. Like that's why I say, like these teams, doesn't matter what seeding they are, bro. They're going to give it their best, and I just feel like no team should be taken for granted whatsoever.
Check this out. March Madness oftentimes happens in San Antonio. So one of these years, I would like to manifest something. Now, one of these years, we got to go to like certain sporting events just to kind of see what's up.
See what's not behind it. I agree.
Yeah,
I definitely want to go to like a Duke or North Carolina game. Those freaking rivalry games. I want to go to that to feel the atmosphere.
The atmosphere got to be crazy, bro. Crazy. I don't support either school, and I know I'll probably be in there losing my mind.
Like for me, I know for a fact she's still young, but I really want to see Juju play.
I love Juju, man.
Bro.
I made a video on Juju.
Yeah, I see it.
Jordan. Yeah, Jordan.
She's like that, bro.
Yeah, I like her game. It's so smooth.
But question though, do y'all feel all right if you had to pick a team right now for the nationals for the men, who do you have for right now?
I think ain't Auburn still in it?
Auburn's still
in it. Still in it.
I seen Florida the way Florida was cutting up the other day too. They look like they got a little Lob City thing going on over there. What's another sleeper team? Well, not that those ain't even sleepers though. Alabama play Florida today, y'all boys. So that's one of our topics to transition. Who would you take? Alabama or Florida? No bias, no biasness.
Florida really been inconsistent this year, if I'm not
They
mistaken.
number two though.
Huh?
They number two though.
They're number two. What? In the nation? Damn.
Mm.
I'm definitely gonna go with the experience with Bama. Just give me Bama. I'm going with experience.
Check this out. Them boys done seen that national championship before. With Al Horford and them boys.
The Bradley Beals, right.
You know,
Going Florida.
Florida. So
Taking Florida.
you got to go in Florida. I'm the one with Bama.
you go Bama. This is what I
Girls.
say. I like the point guard for Florida. I
Mhm.
can't. I got no dog in the fight because I'm a Florida State fan. So we're gonna get that established right here.
No, you can't do that.
He's a whole Seminole, but yeah, he's rooting for the
Exactly.
Gators.
We got
Come
no
on,
dog in the
guy.
fight, man. That's why I said we got no dog in the fight. Whenever Miami play, I'll be supporting Miami, but it's just like I like Florida State, and I mean I don't know what their basketball program looking like. I think they booty right now,
Mhm.
but transition, song of the week, man. What y'all guys been bumping in the speakers, man? Just to keep saying, what I'm saying, because I'm gonna ask y'all this every week, what I'm saying, just so, to get y'all listening to some more music, man.
More music, man.
Who y'all been bumping?
For me, I've been listening to Bungie Garland, man. Something about Bungie just having me bungeeing. He has this new song that he created for Carnival, which is Carry It. Bungie Garland called Carry It. He won second in Road March this year. Road March is like, you could say, it's like the beat. I won't even say it's like the BET Awards, but it's like a award show for like music artists, and they just go based on which song is the best for for that particular year. So he came in second. The person that came in first was Marshall Montano and Party. So Party is like one of his best songs that he created this year. It's pretty much about him graduating from college. Yeah, he just recently graduated with a degree in Carnival.
Mhm.
I didn't know you could get a degree in Carnival.
Yeah, no. So I say in the Caribbean islands, depending on Caribbean island you're in, yeah, they do have a specialty where like you could do something in music. So he won that this year, and shout out to both artists. But hey, man, I'm gonna love me some Bungie Garland.
Okay, and Starboy,
I've been listening to Friday, man.
but yeah,
Ooh,
Really good artist, man.
yeah. Him and that I heard that Meek Mill song with him. What?
yeah, went crazy. Yeah,
That one went crazy. That one went crazy. Me personally, I've been listening to that boy Tory Lanez, man. Just
T Lanes.
he's still making music in jail.
yes, bro.
He dropped album.
He dropped the album, dog.
Wow.
Mhm.
Got to keep his name alive, I guess.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's a good album. What I'm saying, one thing y'all can't deny. Like, I went out last night with my homeboy, and they was bumping R. Kelly like nobody's business, bro.
Damn.
So if we still stepping in the name of love, man,
Mhm.
we might as well just, what I'm saying, still, you could tune in to Tory, man. It's safe out here, man. It ain't, what I'm saying. What's so crazy? If you show a female a Tory Lanez song, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't tell them it's Tory Lanez, they're gonna tell you that it sounds good.
Mhm.
So it's like we gotta stop being biased out here, man.
Exactly.
Gotta
Good
stop.
music. Good music.
Good music is good music. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most messed up people, once you could separate their personal life from the art form,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Hence the whole Drake and Kendrick thing, you'll
Mhm.
realize that both artists make good music, and yeah, that was really a money grab. But my song of the week has just been I've been listening to a little bit of Tory, not too much because sometimes he do have toxic moments. I think Tory Lanez is a guy who is very flawed, very vulnerable, very expressive, and I think that's what like draws me to his music because he's not afraid to say, "Hey, I'm not the best individual," but at the same time, like you know,
Like you don't want her to go to nobody else.
yeah. You don't need no one else. Yeah.
Not question though with Tory Lanez, and not to get off track, right?
Mhm.
When I first heard of him, I was like, bro, you still music, bro. You still people's music.
He's the remix king. Between him and Jacquees,
Mhm.
bruh. Dump Boy's gonna they gonna remix the hell of out of a song.
Like,
But
you know,
they, I
song,
think it's
Everyone
permission.
Falls in Love sometimes. I'm listening to it. I'm like, wait, this song sounds so familiar.
It is.
I'm like, come on now, not you remixing this old, this old classic.
It's because everybody's big on sampling now.
Yeah,
Everybody's sampling.
he's the sample king.
Exactly. Sample everything.
And you know what's good though? What I feel like, whenever he does all those samples, he's actually shining light to the original song.
Exactly. To me, the best sample was that Jerry Sprunger. Bro, I was crazy.
Yeah.
Who was the original maker?
T-Pain.
Oh.
I'm Sprung.
Sprung.
You never heard Jerry Springer?
Yeah, man. We're gonna have to start. You got Apple Music, bro?
I should use it more often. I be on YouTube a lot more.
Add me on Apple Music, bro. We gonna get you right.
Exactly.
We're gonna get you right. Now, our last topic, but far from the least, Steph reaching 4,000. Please, man, this boy been. We all knew this day would come. Like that, Buddy be shooting from the parking lot, and there's no denying his greatness, man. At this point, I just hate when people try to do the debate, and this is what I don't. I told people I'm going to stop this. I don't debate whether LeBron or Jordan is great no more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that debate topic is so dried out, man. We squeezed all the lemons out of that one, and the reason why I feel like we squeezed all the lemon out of that one is because everybody, it's like I look at it like the Avatar. Everybody is great for their era. For every 100 years, there's going to be a transcending person. Just because you can contort your arm and twist it behind your head, the next person 100 years from now may be able to contort his arm, twist it behind his head, and touch his ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like things evolve over time. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen nobody 6'8" move like LeBron, jump like LeBron. Whether we have the argument that he's on roids, whatever the case might be, it's still incredible to see. You know what I'm saying? I think I think we gotta really just like appreciate greatness for its own space. Like, when you get older, right? You see how Melo just made the comment on the song with T-Pain, I'm Sprung, right? Tory Lanez, even though he remixed it, this is what I'm for. If you're gonna remix something, or you're gonna do something, or you're gonna emulate something, do it better than the last.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So don't try to do something and you try to make it just good enough to compete with whatever that was. And the fact that he added, like, because what he did, Melo, is he added T-Pain onto the song.
Oh,
so that's always, and then every time he remixes a song, he add the artist onto the song. That's what I think is, more artists should start doing, is definitely paying homage to them and show respect for their work, but you reviving whatever they had within that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it comes to basketball and Steph in his 4,000 threes, it's like you had to have a Ray Allen, you had to have a Reggie Miller, you had to have like all these great shooters just to even have this milestone here. So to say Steph is the best shooter in the world, there's no denying that. But what I will say is, if you put him in the 3-point competition with Dame, right? Or you put him in the 3-point competition with Reggie Miller or Ray Allen, and you put him just against all the greats, right, in their prime, who's telling if he's coming out on top? Because somebody has to set the standard.
Of course.
And if somebody is pushing somebody else, who's to say? So that's why I think, debates and the LeBron and Jordan thing is
opinionated. It's very much opinionated.
Yeah, it's ice cream, vanilla or chocolate.
Like different flavors. It's like, bro, different playing style.
If I was born in the 70s and 80s, I might have that same opinion. Like, no, y'all didn't see Jordan. Y'all didn't see Jordan. Hell no. No, then LeBron who?
I'm gonna be honest with you. even though I was only able to watch LeBron, I've seen Jordan play, and I'm not going to take anything away from him. But from what I'm seeing from LeBron right now in year 20, I'm just like shit. I'm like shit. Jordan couldn't do half of those things that LeBron is doing right now, in my opinion.
Right. So
And
let
if
me
you ask me, LeBron been to 10 final appearances. Jordan only been to 6. Bro, I would rather watch LeBron. I would consider LeBron 10 final appearances over Jordan 6 finals wins anytime. It's like, bro. And bro, dude did it for like a decade straight, bro. Did it for like, well, I won't really say for a decade straight, but like he did for like a long period of time. I was like, bro, this guy know how to make it back to the finals with no problem. You know what I mean? Jordan is like, I'm not going to discredit the old heads that played back in Jordan's time, but I feel like Jordan really didn't have no real barriers like that. Besides what Larry Bird or like the Bad Boy Pistons. You see, LeBron faced them all. LeBron faced the Big Three in Boston. He faced a nice Orlando Magic's team. Who else? He got beat up by us. He got beat up by a San Antonio team. So it's like LeBron had more barriers than Jordan, in my fair opinion.
Don't forget Dallas too.
Oh yeah, hello Dallas.
So this is what I think, and I have a question for you too, Starboy. But I think when it comes to that debate, man, it's just one of those things like back in the day, yes, the game was different. It's more in the paint, mid-range game.
Yeah.
So how can we compare two different playing styles if we weren't able to place one individual in that space? You know what I'm saying? So the argument to me really has no legs, but we all give it legs. And at the end of the day, it's like everybody's giving it wooden legs at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it has nothing, no strong foundation to the argument. And back to Steph Curry reaching these 4,000 threes. How do you feel about that, Starboy? Do you feel like this is a major milestone? Do you feel like this is something that is very astonishing to you? Like, what is your opinion on it?
I just think this is a major milestone. I just think like he's gonna continue to break and continue to make history. But when you think about it, like this is the greatest shooter we done ever seen. And look at the college game, you look at the WNBA, you look at the high school, even like lower level. Everybody's goals to take threes. There is nobody's going warming up to do a layup. There's no layup drills. We are shooting threes. Everybody's shooting threes. Like think about it. You think about Trae Young. Yes, he's not exactly like Steph Curry, but who does this game remind you a little bit of? Steph Curry. You think about Caitlin Clark. Who does her game remind you of?
Steph
Curry. I mean, she's a better she's a better passer, but it reminds you of Steph Curry. You think of Sabrina Ionescu. Steph Curry's a big supporter of hers. Yeah. You think of Isaiah Curry, a girl in college that's going to the W. She remind you of her. She wears number 35 if nobody knows who she is, but her game is she's a shooter. There's so many players that are shooters now because Steph Curry defied the odds in terms of you don't have to be 6'5" with a 45-inch vertical. Right. You can be 6'1", 6'2", not the fastest, not the strongest, but still give people buckets.
Right.
And because like even though Steph Curry is above average height, he gave average individuals the possibility to think that okay, I could make it to the NBA. People are not as strong, not as fast, not as tall. He gave them that because LeBron is a unicorn. You're not going to see that. That's something different. Like 6'8", 6'9", that's completely different. But when you just think about certain things with Steph, the 4,000 threes is like, bro, like I don't think nobody's ever going to catch it. Like
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't say never.
Threes they getting up 40. Teams are getting up 40 to 50 threes a game, and they don't even have the personnel to get up those threes.
Right.
But they getting them up though. Like look at Boston; they take the most threes.
Oh my gosh!
Exactly. It's either the Boston is either 3 or step back 3. That's the game.
Nothing in the paint. Maybe you might see Jaylen Brown drive it every
exactly. He's their most athletic player, and even him take a lot of contested shots. Tatum is 6'10". 6'10".
He about like 6'8", 6'9", but
they said with shoes on he's 6'10". But I'm just
I still
saying
guard him. I
his
still
game
guard him
is still like sidestep 3.
Yeah. I hate that the game is like that sometimes, like that they take so many damn threes. But
Mhm.
it is like when they going in, it's like
Yeah,
damn,
yeah, yeah.
like damn. And so far they've been going in. So I got no legs over here to stand on. But yeah, I mean, this basketball season has been. My heart hurts. Okay, it's
for
been
the
hard.
Heat. For the
Yeah,
Heat.
and
What's
we,
going on? Are you guys tanking at this point, or like
bruh,
it goes to show you that Jimmy Butler was really that dude on on that team?
I don't even think it's a Jimmy Butler thing, bro. I think it's coaching, bro.
But
Most of the like
you
this.
guys were praising Spoelstra before, saying, "Oh,
You
Spoelstra's a genius. Spoelstra is this, Spoelstra's that." Now Spoelstra is on the slump. Now I see you guys are questioning Spoelstra's now. What's
You
going on? Break it down for me, Coach.
keyword. You said you guys, man. I know what I'm seeing, bro. Spoelstra, you have a 7-foot guy, right? You take him out in the most critical moments of the game when we need rim protection. Come on, bro. Then you sitting there, you giving Terry Rozier
Stupid minutes. Stupid minutes.
you know what I'm saying, and he's throwing up grima shots, you know what I'm saying, that just don't make no sense, man. And like, granted, like I'm a Terry fan, and I feel like he gets a necessary hate, but we doing all of this, and it's supposed to standing like this.
Straight face too. Straight face too is like shit.
What you expect me to do? His roster's trash.
Even like, let's say, I've seen worse Heat rosters, right? With players like Tyler Johnson and
Mhm.
like all these
Jay Rich.
No, we in the playoffs thriving and conniving. You feel me? Like, but he's standing there, bro. I don't know if he taking edibles before the game, bro. But dog just be standing there sometimes. You see the team going a 10-0 run. Call a timeout. Call a timeout. Somebody on the bench will have to whisper in and then he'd be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are you, bro?
What be blowing me the most, even though I don't watch our games all the time, I would watch like the box score, like you guys will have like a double digit lead. I'm like, all right, cool. Miami got the game. I look towards the end, Miami losing. I'm like, how the fuck you guys get the lead?
You
But
done
then
blow
for me,
30 leads this year, 32 to be exact.
bruh.
32 leads in the bro. 15 in the fourth.
Teams like the Charlotte Hornets, like
We beat in Boston last night, right?
yeah.
Watch them boys fold. We beating the Hornets. Watch them boys fold. We can't beat anybody. So who are we taking for? Cooper Flag?
So all right, I want to ask you this though. At this point, do you think it's time to blow? It's time to blow it up,
bro. Honestly,
be honest. Be honest. As a Heat fan, don't be biased. Do you feel it's time to blow it up?
You don't never get no biasness from me. Everybody can go except Tyler right now.
Wow.
Everybody.
So you get rid of Bam. You get your best defender on the team. He's out.
Because if you're not gonna utilize him right, why have him? Granted, Bam is playing some of the best basketball he's played as of late. Right. But you playing this man at the center constantly, bro. Small ball. I'm tired of this small ball lineup stuff. We got teams like Boston. They got a 7-footer in Porzingis. You got Tatum at 6'8" and 6'10" with shoes, apparently. Then you got Jaylen Brown, 6'7". You got long wing defenders. Every team is long and just tall. You feel me? And move well. The best player I've seen, Derek White, bro. No bullshit. Every time I see him, bro, it's like I'm like, is he the starter team, bro? It's always the no-name guy sometimes that'll kill us, but he's not even a no-name guy no more.
Right. Everybody know who he is.
Yeah, so it's one of them things, bro. You got this man on the scouting report, boxed out.
And
But
what's crazy is Brown nor Porzingis played last night, and you guys still managed to lose by double digits,
that's
which
what
is
I'm
wild.
saying. And mind you, if you'd have watched that game, you'd have been like, "Oh, y'all boys in it, bro. Y'all in it to win it. Every game it looked like we about to win, bro."
Win it right, and it's always that collapse.
And the crazy, I be sitting here in my living room, sad, bro, just sad. Like I don't be wanting to say anything, bro. The other night you called me,
Yeah,
you heard the tone of my voice.
I heard it. To be honest with you, I thought that you were, I cannot say it because I'm trying to, I thought
No.
that I thought you were drunk.
Man, I would rather be drunk because I was sitting there like, bruh, it's so hard to be a Heat fan. Then you got the group chat going crazy. Everybody's emotional in their feelings or whatever the case might be.
Right.
And like, bruh, I have nothing to say at this moment because I'm one of the Heat fans, bro. Like, if I'm being real with y'all, it was that year we lost to the Spurs.
Oh,
Bro, I think it was it was Dallas. It was when we lost to Dallas, bro.
damn.
And
2011.
bro, tears just was falling down my eyes, bro. And the reason why tears was falling down my eyes, because I try not to take this stuff too serious. But what happened was when you watching like a Netflix series or something, you get into your Netflix series,
Mhm.
you locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't wait to the next episode.
Yeah.
That Heat team that year had me like that, where I'm locked in. I'm like, damn, we whooping ass, taking names. You know what I'm saying? We're going to the championship. LeBron said not one, not two, not three, not four. You know what I'm saying? And so forth and so on.
Oh, no, sir.
We get there, but
Yeah, nutty.
already holding on to a string. I'm ready to celebrate our second championship. And these boys just LeBron boo-booed on himself.
I remember.
And I don't fault, but come on, bro. Like, I just was like, it just seems such like a guarantee. And then when you look at Dallas's roster, and you look at the Heat's roster, it's like it was no way. It was no way. I was talking my trash. I was feeling good, feeling confident. Foot in my mouth.
No Vaseline needed. No,
Man.
but I gonna lie to you. That following year, remember when the NBA had like a little lockout? That is, you guys end up playing Dallas as that first game on Christmas Day. Oh man, y'all beat the shit. Y'all beat the shit out of the Mavericks. I'm like, whoa.
So, would you rather beat the shit out of somebody the next following season in the regular season game, or in the biggest game that you could play in?
Oh no, the biggest game, of course.
So it was like just because we spanked that ass, I was just kind of like, this is what we were supposed to do last year.
But listen, hear me out though. Let me tell you how sensational that follow season was, bro. That season, you guys had one of the best records in the NBA. And number two, you guys beat the fuck out the Thunder that year in 5. So,
Dude, check this out. When you're a fan of a team, you don't give a damn about how many you won. You just want to keep winning. If winning is like a drug, you just want to just feel like nobody stop your team. And I'm gonna be real with you. It was so many fake Heat fans that swore they was Heat fans, but they were just really LeBron lovers.
yeah.
Bro, coming out the woodwork. And I just kind of was like, all right, like, you're a Heat fan, whatever. We welcome y'all in with open arms, whatever. But I peeped the fakeness, you know what I'm saying? When you ask them who their favorite player was, we always say LeBron, which there's nothing wrong with that. But like, who do you feel like brings the most value? Like, if you ask a real Heat fan who were some valuable pieces on that team, they'll tell you the likes of Shane Battier, they'll tell you Mike Miller, and James Jones, who is now the GM of the damn Phoenix Suns, which is crazy, but
super crazy.
We can we could go on about this all day, but that wraps up our episode, guys. Thank you guys, Soko fam, for your continual support. We'll keep on coming to you guys every week. And yeah, anything else you guys want to say?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Tell a friend.
Exactly.
And to tell a friend. And we can all be friends, and we can party on the weekends. All right, y'all.
Flexing on her ass, hotter than Marie Sharp. When they bump on me thing, well, I when the fun start, y'all. Me no come for play, me no come for skylark.
You are now watching Soca Vibes Sports Podcast.